Hey, this is Mike Stone, and you're on the Stone Zone. Today, we're going to be talking about Shiba Inu and what's happening with the price, and a general look at what's to come, what I think is to come. So, let's go ahead and look at the chart here. So, we just had a huge whale pull out, which is good. I think this is a good sign. But first of all, let's go ahead and pull back and look at this. We had a huge bull flag here, as you can see, but we weren't able to maintain that. We were consolidating here for a while, and I think this whale just had enough. He didn't want to. He paper-handed it, and he just pulled out. So that's okay. So if you look at the whale stats here, we're down to about 86 whales. And up here at the very top, one of the largest wallets was a 40 trillion SHIB owner. He pulled out. So that's what caused this huge dip right here. You're looking at 40 trillion SHIB being dumped into circulation again. But the issue that we had, by the way, the reason why we didn't make this this bull flag did not break out, is that the volume was, by this time, had diminished significantly. I think we went from like $18 billion in the 24 hours prior to this to around $3.2 billion, which is, it's just a significant drop off. And what I think was happening there was, a lot of the people who had got in, they just didn't want to sell. They were holding, and then not too many people were buying in. So we kind of had like the buyers were waiting to see what's going to happen. The sellers don't want to sell because they probably want to, bank their profits, because I think a lot of them probably had bought in closer to the top. Some of them got out, of course, out of fear. As you could see, that's what caused our huge drop off here. But people who bought in up here, they don't want to pull out with such a loss, so they're holding on. And the new buyers are cautious, so they're not jumping in. So we have very little volume to move the price either way, until we just had this whale dump here. We had this whale dump, and a volume's now coming in. As you can see, buyers are jumping back in. You can see this green candle, volume increasing with buyers. And what I think was also happening is, I think people are dollar cost averaging. They bought at a very high price, and now what they're trying to do is basically average down. They're buying at a cheaper price now. They're getting a good deal on it, and they're bringing down their average. So, which is, by the way, what I do. And I can't. So let me first say that this is for entertainment. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But what I normally do is buy in these situations, and if you were smart, you would do the same thing. Because when this goes back to the top, you're going to be very happy. So we have that. We also, what I wanted to look at is something I came across. I think Kraken is going to be listing very soon. I know we hear this all the time, but let's go ahead and just take a look at their Twitter feed. So basically, Kraken's kind of going on with their daily life, posting random things about random things. They're doing this is a security post on whatever. But when you look at the comments, you see the Shiba army is just blowing them up, like constantly, will not let up on every one of their posts. It's ridiculous. These guys are like, they won't let them forget it, So they're not going to live this down. People are basically like, why'd you lie to us? Where's Shiba? We're waiting for Shiba. What's happening? It's just on and on and on. Like it's spam, constant spam. And it's on every one of their posts since they made that promise. So believe me, I don't think Kraken has forgotten about this. And I don't even think that if people weren't putting on the pressure, it's not going to change anything. These guys are going to list it one way or another. They don't want to miss out on profits. However, This is why I think they haven't listed yet, and I also think this is the same reason that Robinhood hasn't listed. It's that they can't handle the load. So there's a ridiculous amount of demand in transactional demand on their networks. They can't handle this much traffic, and you can see that by looking at I think almost all the exchanges that were trading Shiba have crashed at least 3 different times, and what that does is cost them money because you got to understand these exchanges are doing more than just Shiba. They're trading other coins as well. And when they're down, what that does is basically also stop the transactions of not just Shiba, but they're also not able to trade the other coins. You know, you got to understand there's millions and millions of dollars moving back and forth every minute, every second. So when Shiba causes a crash like that because of the demand, they're losing tons of money. So I'm assuming the reason why they didn't do it is because they're trying to upgrade their infrastructure in order to handle the load. I think the same thing's happening with Robinhood. These guys are going to list. Just give it some time. Let them get their, all their eggs in a basket and, their ducks in a row, whatever they're doing to upgrade their infrastructure to handle this kind of demand. They're not going to miss out. I don't think anything we say or not or don't say is not is good. It isn't going to change what they're going to do because these guys are a business who make money on transactions, and due to the high demand of Shiba, it's going to make them a lot of money. Okay, so they're probably sitting around kicking themselves right now that that they haven't listed too. It's not just us that are angry with them. I'm sure these guys are angry with themselves that they're missing out on all of these transactional costs that they could be making money on. Anyways, that's what I wanted to go over with you guys. I think the situation is very bullish. Don't let this big dip scare you. Don't let any of this scare you. In my opinion, we're going up, and that can definitely be seen when you look at one thing. This coin is a meme coin. It's a joke. It's actually worse than a joke. It's a joke of a joke. So, which makes it even more funny, right? So the thing is that if it went up this high and it hasn't come down, crashed back down to zero, it's still maintaining. We're talking about a $32 billion market cap at this point. There's coins out there that have real world use cases that do not have this large of a market cap, and it's still maintaining it. So I wouldn't worry. I don't think this thing's going to zero. I think we're going back up. So just strap in, dollar cost average, and look at these situations as an excellent buying opportunity. So I would say jump in and hang on tight because we're going up. Until the next time, this is Mike Stone checking out.